Super Bowl 37 is one of the most memorable matchups ever because it was coach versus his old team, with all the cheat codes possibly still in his head. It's remembered as the Gruden Bowl, or the Pirate Bowl. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, led by Jon Gruden, facing the Oakland Raiders, the same Raiders Gruden coached just the season before. And when people say that that game felt unfair, this is what they're reacting to. You know, Tampa didn't just have a great defense, they had familiarity. Even more than familiarity, it appeared like they knew the plays before they were executed. I'm Kate, this is Fansplain Me, and I break down the most unbelievable and colorful stories in sports. Tell me what I got right, fansplain me in the comments, and subscribe. Why don't you? Here's the setup. Gruden coached Oakland from 1998 to 2001 and then got traded to Tampa Bay in 2002. Oakland still had a veteran offense, Rich Gannon at QB, and they could score. But Tampa had an all-time defense. Warren Sapp, Derek Brooks, Rondé Barber, John Lynch. A group that lived to, bait quarterbacks into mistakes. And on January 26, 2003, those mistakes came in bulk. Tampa picked off Raiders QB Rich Gannon 5 times. 5 times. Even crazier, 3 of those interceptions were returned for touchdowns. That's how you get a Super Bowl that flips from close to what the hell are we watching? In a hurry. The final score, Buccaneers 48, Raiders 21. And yes, Dexter Jackson won Super Bowl MVP. They didn't just win, they steamrolled the Raiders. And now here's where the controversy kicks in. Multiple players and reports over the years have said that the Raiders offense still used the same terminology and audible system that Gruden knew. What that means for those of you who, might not follow American football is every team has its own code language for plays. So a quarterback might step into the huddle and call something like, gun right 62, Z in. That sounds like nonsense, but to the players, it tells the receivers, right, what routes to run, the linemen, who to block, the running back, where to go. They have their own little secret language. And audible is when the quarterback gets to the line of scrimmage right before the ball gets set into play. He sees the defense set up and changes the plan. So he might yell something like, kill, 32, Omaha, Omaha. That tells everyone, forget the first play. We're running the second one instead. So what I'm saying here is that if your former coach invented that code, he might just recognize what you're saying, whether that's overstated or not. Of course, I think it's easy. I think we can say that Gruden had an unusually deep familiarity with what Oakland liked to do during their offensive plays. And Tampa's defense was built to punish predictable throws, and that is exactly what happened. But there's another layer that made this week even more difficult. The Raiders' starting center, Barrett Robbins, disappeared in the days before the game, and later he was hospitalized. Robbins later said that he was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and it was just another complicated aspect to the Super Bowl's backstory that year. After the blowout, the story didn't die. Years later, some Raiders players like Tim Brown and Jerry Rice publicly questioned the late game plan changes and how the whole week went down. Bill Callahan, the Raiders coach, denied any sabotage. So if you've ever heard rigged Super Bowl, that's the fuel. A lopsided score, a coach with inside knowledge, and a week that just kind of went off the rails, right? And there were some questionable, coincidences that people have just latched onto. One sideline knew the other sideline unusually well, and the best defense in football made them pay for it. Or was there more to it? What do you think? Let me know. Fansplain me in the comments.